before this tournament, the captain of the side and one of the strongest players in the last 10 years, Trusekong, retired. Yet, the team just seems to have found its mojo.
Thing to me, he said he has had some chats with Osimhen over time, and that the young man is so respectful, so young, so humble, so down to earth, and that is why Celestine is one of his biggest fans in the world today. Celestine said in his book, Osimhen can do no wrong.
I played against Kenya one time in Abuja. They had a striker, I can't remember his name. They had a striker, as quick as I was. But my man said, why this boy did run? He was always running. And he was so hot. But he could handle it. He could handle the heat. I had to cut my shirt, my kit here, my GC, I cut the top for me to be able to breathe properly.
The goalkeeper must be a natural keeper. Even if whether he has the band or does not have the band doesn't matter. He is also like the coach on the pitch.
Let me put some bullet points towards you and tell me what you think. You think the pairing of Semi Ajayi, and he's one guy that I love, and Kevin Bassey, you think is the best centre defense pairing that we should be having currently?
I've heard Yobo or someone say, not every top player can play for the national team, and it's true. The national team football is so different.
Football is about decision making. Forget who's happy dribble or not happy dribble. It's about decision making. If you make the right decisions in 90 minutes, your team most likely will win.
She said to me, do I know that the first day she met Osimhen, that Osimhen prostrated, you know the Yoruba way, that Osimhen lie down to greet her. That do you know what that means for the best player in the world right now to lie down and greet her? Who is she?
But when I said Pampered, this is the first time in the history of Nigeria where a team comes second in a tournament and they're giving houses. It's never been done before. As a matter of fact, teams come second and they get shamed. They get told that they're not good enough. We saw it in 2000.
To correct that thing, there's nothing called reserve players when it comes to tournaments. That's a squad. Just because some are playing and some are not playing, they're not reserve or fringe players. It's a squad.
Osimhen is everything put in one. As a matter of fact, if you put Osimhen in goal, I've not seen him as a goalkeeper, he will make some saves because he plays with a heart that is even bigger than, with data still say we have the big heart. That there's just the way Osimhen comes to the game. Like,
I hate it when people box me in as if all they know is ex-player. I don't want that. Don't address me as ex-international. No, I want you to talk about me being an honorable or me being in the politics because I'm not in that box.
No, you can't convince Nigerians that all the players in the Super Eagles are not world class. You can't convince Nigerians that the players are not good enough. So their expectation is very high. Can we win the AFCON with this squad against the backdrop of a defense that concedes goal every game?
All right, let's get into it. As the AFCON fanfare hits fever pitch and teams complete their third set of matches, one thing is certain, there's nowhere left to hide. Africa is lit. It is said when the rivers swell, you can tell the crocodiles from the lizard. Well, today we know who the real crocodiles are, from Senegal to Morocco, Egypt to Nigeria. There's a sense of destiny in the air. Will this be a coronation or another story of promise undone? Time will tell. And when it does, we will be there for every play, every tactic, every moment. As you already know, I never do this alone. I've always got my main man with me, a man whose opinions are sought across the globe. Our AFCON inside man, the oracle himself, weighing cheek don't swell up too much food for Morocco. Edafe Eseoghene.
Is my cheek really swollen? I thought I've dropped weight.
Edafe,
Okay.
you don't drop too much for Morocco. Leave that thing.
Okay, from tomorrow I'll be fasting. I'll eat breakfast and then I'll eat dinner. I'll not eat lunch. That's fasting.
And today we are joined by someone who eats, pray, loves football more than most. Former Super Eagles defender, Premier League operator, football royalty representing the Sodje footballing clan. A man who knows what it means to defend, lead, and survive pressure. Brentford, Charlton Athletic, and Portsmouth's finest. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, join me in welcoming Sammy Sodje. My man, my man.
Hey, that's a lot, man. That's it coming from you as well. Coming from you, but that's
That's who you are, my man. They're lucky I did not add that you are an honorable as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the world, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We've got a serious show for you, people, and my name is Emmanuel Babayaro, but you can call me the Godfather, and you will not be mistaken. And what I go? Live from Abuja en route to Morocco. Welcome to Special Delivery.
Babayaro, first off, I want to say thank you for bringing my brother back home to me. Even though I'm in Morocco right now. And let me tell the story of how this guy denied me glory, denied me money, me and my friends, me and the late Roberta Carrier and a host of others. So we had the FA Cup, Delta State FA Cup. We were the reigning team at the time. We were the best team, richest team. I was promised a lot of money. Played a game against them. They went to the finals after defeating some of the big teams. They got the difficult side of the draws. And we thought it was going to be a walk in the park in Saba, where the final was being played. This man and Christian Obodo stood as the rock of Gibraltar against us. And we just couldn't score. We did all the playing. He left the defense and scored the goal that won them the FA Cup. He was playing for Frangers. I was part of the Globestar team. Now, having said that, immediately after the FA Cup, he went back to his second country where he currently is and signed for Stevenage. Now, from Stevenage to Portsmouth between 1998 and 2013, this man played a total of 293 games, and as a defender, scored 32 goals. How he did it, I don't know. He would need to explain that to me. Now, before we go further, Rio Ferdinand, Jamie Carragher, Paulo Maldini, Franco Baresi, Danny Blind, all of them put together do not have half the number of goals for their club as Sam Sodje. So Sam, let me start with you. Your family is a multi-dimension family. Your mom, your dad, highly academicians. You know what I mean? These are parents who tell you, oh, it's ball you want to play. You want to, what of the ballroom? But give me your minimum entry level for you to carry the Sodje name to go and play that your ball is a BSc, right? And then you have, in your family, there's a top-class rugby player. There is Uncle Efe. There is fashionista Akbar. And then there is you. And then now we have the new generation, Ty, and a few other ones who are playing. How did a brutal, ruthless defender like you, and I say this because I've felt the pinch of your tackles, so I don't care what anybody thinks, you are a brutal, ruthless, demonic, diabolical defender. How did you find a way to score as many goals as you did?
Hey, Edafe, I love it when you talk about this story though, because I understand exactly where you're coming from. So, regardless of any name you call me, I accept it. I accept it.
Give me wins now. If you're not getting wins, the buy land near
Well, guy, I was just upset. I was an angry man. I was an angry man growing up where I was playing. Just seeing your face said it divest me. I just like to see you cry, and it was a time in my life where I was just an angry man. I just didn't like you guys at all. Even when my brother was playing for you guys, I didn't like you guys.
Your younger brother,
Yeah.
Akbar, was playing for us, and you kicked that guy and you stretched out to remove him, and you didn't care.
Thinking about it now, boss, think about it now, yeah. I feel, why was I so angry? I was just an angry man. I just didn't like you guys. So, talking about the goals, yeah. I think from a young age I could really jump high. I'm about 6 foot, probably just above 6 foot. But I can really jump high. And coming to England, I then found out that my neck bone, my neck muscle, yeah, is stronger than my body. So now I understood why I could hear the ball really well. So that's why every club I went to, they found out that I could jump really, really high, and they just planned everything around me, every set pieces. They allowed me on the back, and they allowed me go for headers because they knew I had that in me. So every club I played for, it's so funny. We're playing a game, strikers will be telling me, Sodje, bro, we need to go. We need to score. We need to score. So that's how. Yeah, you get it. Telling me, Sodje, these are top strikers telling me, Sodje, hey, we need to go. We need to go. So that was how. I just thought going for a header, I'm gonna score. So I got so many goals. I think I'm Brentford in one season. I got a double figure, and I played at the back. So it was good. It was good times, and I feel every manager just loved it when I go out from for header.
So I want to go deep a bit. So coming from a family where you have Efe, and there is something that happened to Efe in his career that somehow, I don't know if it bothered you. So if he played for a team, is it Crew Alexandra also?
Yeah,
They gained promotion that season, but they were not promoted,
yeah.
right? So when you started playing from Stevenage Borough to Margate, Brentford, Reading, West Bromwich Albion, was there ever a time you started thinking, I want to do better than Efe, or I don't want to go his path? Was there that kind of family competition? Again, why I'm asking this question is that, so for those who don't know, your family is highly competitive.
Yeah.
Everybody, like there is high level of expectation.
Yeah.
So what people would do in other family and they say, well done, you do it in the Sodje's house, they look at you like,
No more.
is this what your mates are doing?
Yeah.
Was there a competition, a kind of a rivalry for you to better Efe at the time?
No, I'll
When
tell
you
you now. I'll tell you now, and it's good that you asked the question. There was no way. Even though I went on to play for Real Madrid or went on to play for Barcelona, there's no way I will be bigger than Efe. Efe has already gone to a level where it wasn't about talent anymore. Efe was the original superstar. Just the way he moved, the way he behaved. Efe is a superstar. So I didn't play my game. Technically, I think I was better than Efe technically, skill wise.
Are you Sabi?
Typical Warri boy, you understand? But when it comes to who's bigger, there's no way. Even though I went on to play for 10 World Cups or play for Real Madrid, there's no way I would be bigger than Efe. Efe was already that superstar. You know
what he's just saying, trying to say, Edafe, and I totally understand with him because I understand that pressure as well. Because I wanted to bring it to you
and Babaya.
It's a natural siblings rivalry.
Yeah.
But guess what? That younger one, even though the whole world can recognize him as the best or whatever, between him and his elder brother, it will always be the younger one.
True.
I mean, I have the same thing with Celestine. Celestine is a global superstar, but guess what? Before me, he never wants to acknowledge any of these things. So I totally feel him, man. You know what I mean?
When people ask me about Efe, it's a different ball game. I play in the Premier League. If he didn't play in the Premier League, but that doesn't stop him being a top star. If you knew Efe, if it's your original Sodje superstar, you know what I mean? So people that went on to make money, played well, you cannot be past Efe at all. Efe was the Sodje. Even now, the outside men on the road, soldiers, once they say Sodje, the first name they'll call say Efe Tobori. Oh, okay, no. Oh, Sam. So it has to be Efe first, then I come. So that's fine. But when it comes to being competitive, there's no way I'll let him win, or he will never let me win. So
where you did not allow Akbar to win, why would you allow him to win?
Exactly.
Now your career is, for me, a defender playing from Alegbo, playing in college in Warri. Even though you were born with, you're not one of those who will say you're born with you're born with a silver, a diamond spoon in your mouth, right? But then it didn't stop you from going through the process. There were challenges, and one of the biggest challenges was not even with clubs.
Yeah,
you played qualifiers for Nigeria. Betty Vogts loves you, kind of like feel comfortable with you. There was a time where people say that if Betty Vogts stayed in the national team for long, it would make you the captain. But leading up to the AFCON, you had an injury and you didn't go to the AFCON. Talk me through that process.
No, just all through my career. Like I grew up in Nigeria. Even though I was born in London, I grew up in Nigeria. I came to Nigeria when I was like 4 years old. and I grew up all my life in Nigeria. I stayed in Warri for like till I came back till I was 20. So in a way, people see me like an Inuit boy or a British passport boy, but I'm really not. Daffy know that one. Say I'll be kind of area. Well,
Now let me hear you know that one. Oh.
you know,
Now we know, right? Now we know.
So I'm more of a. I grew up in Warri, so growing up was more of the Baba Yaros, the Ketchis, the the Kanus. Those are the people I looked up to. So there was no way I was going to be not playing for Nigeria. So when it comes to me not playing for Betty Vote's team, it hurt because I was always injured. Even before Betty Vote, Iguavo was the coach. And Shaiba Modu as well. I always got invited, but people don't know this. But I couldn't do it. When I left Brentford, I got a very nasty injury, my knee. And I was going to play for another 10 years, and I was managing my knee. So every summer, I always go for a keyhole surgery to clean it up and go through the preseason, then wait for the next season. So it happens to be every summer is when the international football is. That's when people always say, how many games can I play? Because people always say that. How many games did he play? I had the chance to have played so many games, but I just couldn't because I was always injured. There was a time Iguavo called me probably 3 to 4 times and called, are you fit? Are you fit? The list is coming out on Sunday or on Thursday. And let me know if you're fit so I can put you in the list. But I just couldn't make it because I was always injured. So, yes, Betty Vote came to watch me at Charlton and I played really well. I'm very sure my name would have been in the list. I got injured and I had to do a keyhole surgery just before the Nations Cup, before the World Cup. And I couldn't go. So really, to tell people, to make it easy for people, I only wanted to play once for Nigeria. Not twice, once. Because...
And you had 5.
I had 5. I was in town for so many times, So I wanted to play just once. I was in camp with the Baba Yaros because when If was playing, I was always in camp.
Yeah, that's true.
Always in camp, So I sleep in his room. So if he didn't have a roommate, I was always his roommate. Even when I was in camp. So the national team was my place. So when people always ask me, Amda, you play? I could have played 100 games. I could have played 200 games, but I just couldn't do it. I was always injured. And I did well to go on to play in the Premier League, to play for my country, and to have the kind of career I had, with the nasty injury that I had.
Maybe to better put it, this is what I always say. It is not how far, but how well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could play 100 and the impact's so low, and you could actually play one and it makes the most resounding impact. I'll say this to you. I use this to teach my youngsters all the time, and I say to them, you need to pray whenever you do adorn this jersey. You must leave an everlasting impact, because you are talking to someone here who's probably in your shoes, not in terms of injury now, but it's so funny that most Nigerians have no idea that I did not play that many games for Nigeria either. But guess what? The very few I played were so iconic that people remember to this day. Yeah. And it's so resounding that people now think, oh, he must have played 100, must have played 50. But in reality, I think the number of games I played, maybe these fingers are even more than it. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, I mean, I must say this to you. I mean, you should hold your head up high. You should be happy. I mean, you could have played 100, and probably Nigerians, for they follow you now, maybe if they hear your name, then go put for your head. Yeah, but the name comes up, people get lighted up, people are happy. People remember with nostalgia your time. Do you know what I mean? True. So yes, well done, my brother.
I posted a video on a IG one time, and Joseph Yobo just comments, all he said was solid. And I could tell, I understand what he was saying.
Now you understand me now. You see, he remembers. Exactly. My point exactly.
You're right.
Too many times we talk about the guests on the show and we don't remember something incredible that Emmanuel Babayaro also did. When we were qualifying for the Olympics, that game in Cairo, where you made 10 solid saves, one-on-one. I mean, one ball had beaten you, and then they had that same chance like 3 times. You saved them, full stretch, acrobatic. You were in your elements, right? And if you didn't make those saves, probably Nigeria would have been beaten 7-1, 9-1. I mean, so thank you for that. as well, and to go to the Olympics, not even keep one game, but still stay in support of the Joseph Dosu. We also owe you a thanks. Now let me switch to my brother Sam. Sam, because I know you this much, I like to fuse in the question from family perspective and life. Not only were your family an educational driven family and sports driven family, you guys were parties. The soldiers know how to boogie down. You were Brazilians, Nigerians that were like Brazilians. You guys know how to dress, how to boogie. Your sister, what's her name now? My namesake. Damn. The soldiers are, like, I mean, you there airport road. I didn't, Eseoghene. You guys were the uptown people, we were the ghetto people, and whenever you guys come to play in the college, nice sneakers, nice boots, I want to be like these guys one day, Forget the 20 years that you stayed in, or 16 years you stayed in Warri. The look is always, how can we be like these guys? How were you able to stay, all of you guys, able to stay focused? You run a very solid business after playing football. And Emenike was here the other day and was talking about a lot of players who refuse to take advice and how things are going south for them. He is one of those 1% of the 100 who's invested very well, putting business, employing people. You also, right, for those who don't know, own a massive construction company that have over 200 caterpillars. As the story of the Dangote refinery would not be completed without mentioning the role your company played, in setting up that space, the gas plant, the fertilizer plants, and all that. How are you able to stay that focus? I mean, this is Samu, Groover, Washington, and also stay proper in the political space without messing your name up or the family name up, as we'll say in Warri, Mohammed Evrifi, without messing the family name up. How were you able to do all of that?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm sure Brian will know. Once you're a footballer, you have to be a footballer. I've got some nieces, nephews now that are footballers. You can't change. Once you're playing football, no one can make you be a businessman, because we live in a bubble. So we have to party when we're playing. But the difference with my family, we had some older brothers and older sisters who are very educated people. And my mom and dad, they don't really respect you because you're a star. They respect you more because you're educated. You know what I mean? So if you're so even a gathering, for example, and there's someone that has got master's degrees talking, and you want to talk, say, where you want to talk? So even though we've got the money, we've got other brothers and sisters who are very, very educated who will put us down. So that's why if we went back to school, I went back to school. And when it comes to the business side of things, I was lucky. I got injured really early, and I knew football won't be there for a long time. So going back to school, I had a plan. This is what I wanted to do, and I knew I didn't want to be a coach. Though I've got my few badges, I've got my 1, 2 B license. I'm doing my B license now, but I wanted to be more of a boardroom guy. So I went into business. I knew having these excavators would go a long way. I got a very good mate of mine, Rob Trott, who I met the week I came into London, and we played for the same club. So he was my teammate, but he used to do decorating and furnishing. So he was a worker already. So I still friends with him all our life. He's still my best friend now. So we came together. We bought a couple of excavators. I was lucky enough to know someone that was in Dangote's refinery. And you know me, typical Warri boy, I will always put my head in there. So I make sure I got my excavator in there, and some other businesses. But one thing I want to say in this show, I'm happy my big boss is here. Football is a career that you do. It's like a banker. If you get sacked, for example, you have to go and look for another job. No banker or no work get sacked and just go home and sit down. It doesn't happen that way. And I think
only me did.
But even what you do, the reason I call you every time and praise you, because don't forget you're a footballer. Forget that mentally,
exactly,
you're a footballer mentally.
Yeah, he is a footballer.
Yeah, and when we're playing, We didn't go out there and start looking for a job. All we knew was football.
No.
So even having this show, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to kiss your bad side, a boss, yeah. Even having this
You
show
the sabi kiss side. You're not sabi am, man.
exactly. Even having this show and the way you speak and the way you carry yourself, I hate it when people box me in as if all they know is an ex-player. I don't want that. Don't address me as ex-international. No, I want you to talk about me being an honorable or me being in the politics because I'm not in that box. I'm everywhere. I'm really lucky that I'm doing a job that I love, which is sports. Yeah. And I always say to people, you can't beat somebody that has done it, experienced it, and now gone to school, educate himself, and be in the boardroom. There's no way we can relate the same way. No way. I can talk to you.
Absolutely.
You understand. You've been in the dressing room before. You know what it takes. Yeah. But with some sport administrators at the moment, they don't have a clue. They're supporters, which is not bad. It's not bad. You're supporters. But when it comes to technical side of football, or sports, allow people that have done it tell you because you have no clue. You've never been there before.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
So,
and I think one of the please go ahead.
At the same time, I'm not saying because we play the game, we should be coaches or we should be the boss. No, what I'm saying, someone that's gonna educate himself really well, don't box me in as just an ex-player because I've gone to educate myself. I've gone to do courses. I've been with the PFA, do management courses. So I know what I'm talking about. Don't say because I'm Sam Sodje that played the game. That's why I'm opportunity to do and do.
Like what does he know?
What does he know? Don't say that. You cannot say that.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. Do you know why I'm smiling at Edafe? Because everything this man is saying totally resonates with me. Do you know what I mean? Because once upon a time, thank God Almighty, Segun Odegbami, our icon, is still here with us. He will bear witness to what I'm saying right now. Once upon a time, I received a phone call. We were somewhere in Abuja at the time. I was, I think he was checking out of the hotel. I was checking in. So I was greeting him at the reception when I received that call. And the call was requesting so many years ago, was requesting me to put in my application to be a national team coach, I think under 17 at the time. And then I instantly said, no, I'm not. I'm not a coach. And because the person calling me is like a godfather of mine, and he was in charge. He was like, no, listen, I'm just telling you it's for formalities. Put in your request. I will approve it that you become the national team coach, and you can get a very good assistant who will do all the job, and you will take the credit. And I said to him, then why don't you give the job to the assistant who is a coach? I am not a coach, and I do not intend to be a coach. What is wrong with administration? I have fashioned myself to be an administrator. That's why I reckoned with this young man when he was just talking. Odegbami he had the call here. Odegbami, what's wrong with you? When you are called upon to serve your fatherland, no matter the capacity, you can't say no. I say, sir, with all due respect to this one, I will say no because I am not inclined towards becoming a coach. There are other coaches, people who have gone to do the training, get the badges and everything. And now you just want to give it to me because I'm his son, because I played football. No, it doesn't make me a good coach. It just simply means I'm opportunistic and I'm not that kind of person. Yep. I am inclined towards administration. I don't want to be a coach. So I just had to chip in that just to agree with your notion.
It's funny enough because I'm a very good coach, especially when it comes to defensive coach.
I'm a very good coach too.
But but I don't want to be a coach.
Sam will beat the players that he's coaching. No. Nobody till they're playing to. Sam have very high expectations for everybody. Sam go beat the.
I coach my own boys. I coach my football club and my football academy. I'm actually the head coach. Yeah. I have assistants, but I'm the head coach.
I'm a exam coach because I don't have the exam from me. No, it's a black belt. This sir.
But not temperament. If referee blow rubbish, if you see me, once upon a time, my club in Kaduna at the time got to the FA Cup finals. It was a hard time with referees. Once referee they cheat like this, I know they know when I don't go attack referee for inside pitch.
That's similar to this, my brother. So Sam, let's dive head, body, feet, everything into AFCON. Have you been following the AFCON?
Yeah,
have you been following the AFCON?
Yes.
What are the moments that have really made it for you?
No, I'm just proud the infrastructure. the infrastructure of
Oh boy,
yeah,
Sam.
yeah, exactly. The infrastructure has been really good for me. The fans were has not been the best. You know, the crowd has
Yeah.
not been the best. But to be fair, people might argue the standard of playing has been okay. It's
Very poor.
been better than it used to be. But I have to say, you know, we still need a little bit of um encouragement to be able to be African. But I really think this AFCON has showed us that we can do it. We can really be African, and the talent is there. So many teams, like I was watching Senegal the other day, and I saw how quality they are, like different players from different football clubs, very good players. Then when it comes to the VAR, I think we got it wrong. I I don't know because I'm not there, but I'm talking from my own opinion. I don't think they trained these referees after last AFCON because I think they're depending too much on the VAR. I think there's some decisions they should take and allow them to go to the VAR. But I saw a referee went to the VAR and came back and gave the guy a yellow card. I knew it was a booking before he even went there. So I think the VAR has been pushed too much for the ref. But to answer your question about what I think infrastructure wise, so proud. So proud.
Yeah, I think for the very first time I saw a stadium in Rabat where you have the overhead LED screen.
Yeah.
Not seen that in Africa before. I only saw that in Europe, and the one in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and then the SoFi Stadium, which I saw on TV. Not been to that SoFi Stadium, but I've seen the Atlanta one, and quite a lot of other ones like that. As well, I think I like the connectivity train. I mean, we went on a 14-hour journey in 11 hours by train and 4 hours by bus, and it was easy. I don't travel by road. If you know me,
Yeah.
Sam, I don't. You can't convince me to travel by road, but it was easy. It was comfortable for me to say I want to experience it. And there's still a lot more road journeys that I'll do because I'm not worried about insecurity. I think that for that, Morocco's done a very good job. I'm just hoping that other African countries do not need to look through Europe or America and look to what Morocco have done, and then adapt and adapt. Adopt and adapt.
I'm not
Sorry.
going to even show my governor because I've got a picture. I don't even know if you can see it. That's Morocco's pitch.
Wow.
I'm looking to show my governor if we can do our new stadium like this.
You know, Amokachi, I don't know if you were listening to Amokachi yesterday. At some point in his commentary, was like, I think from where he was sitting, when he saw it on TV, he was like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to someday go out on the street and see this stadium from the street." That's actually what Amokachi was so excited by the looks of the stadium. It was like he would love to go out on the street to see the stadium. And it was a beauty to behold.
Very good.
Yeah, I think that Morocco have done a great job. Sam, we always battle, when I criticize the players, you're like, no, Wesley, no, you can't do that. You can't say the boy. I know you are. So let's talk about these players. This team, in my own opinion, is the most pampered team in the history of Nigerian football. They've been given way more than, they've returned in investment, even though in terms of infrastructure, we are zero, we are sub-zero even. But I also have to give them props that having gone through 12 World Cup qualifying games and went below par, drew 7 out of 12 in 90 minutes, they came into this tournament. They are not going to be the first team to win all 3 group games. Guavon did it in 2006 and 2021. But basically, they've gelled. Even the reserve players played yesterday, and we saw how good they have become.
Yes.
We came into this tournament with me saying the highest I think they will go is quarterfinals or semifinals. That is extra. Then go play third place match. But right now, it seems like they are the team to beat. They are the leader of the stream. They are the ones who dictate the pace. The only team with maximum point, Algeria might join them to later today. But basically, let me ask you, what do you think has changed with the Super Eagles that all of a sudden they go from that team that doesn't know how to hold it well in midfield? Before this tournament, the captain of the side and one of the strongest players in the last 10 years, Trusekong, retired. Yet, the team just seemed to have found its mojo. We've conceded 4 goals, yes, but we've also scored 8, the most by any team in this tournament. What has changed, in your own opinion?
Boss, I've not heard me talk about football, about what my opinions are. I've got really strong opinions when it comes to players and when it comes to what happens. I'm sure you know that thing. First,
Yeah, I do.
Edafe, I don't think these players are over pampered. I don't think so. I think football has
I know you would defend them.
football has really moved on. I think I will earn more money than the boss, Bayaro. And there's no disrespect for that.
I understand, absolutely.
Football has moved on. Yeah, these boys is not being pampered. This is the problem. I'll come back to the technical side here, but this is the problem that we have in Nigeria. It's like you guys said to me that you have a podcast, that I should come on your podcast. Yeah. My boss sent me 2 or 3 episodes of your podcast. Yeah. I knew exactly what to expect, how quality is, or how, you guys speak really well, do your whole, know who you're talking to. I've seen your previous podcast. My point is, don't blame the players. What they come to is why they are the way they are. If you prepare somewhere so professional, yeah, because these same boys are playing for top clubs in Europe. Yeah, they go to places where the professionalism is top draw. They have to raise their standard to that level. So let me take that away. When it comes to the technical side of things, yeah, I probably don't think they technically they're the best, but in these tournaments, you go into tournaments planning about tournaments. How do you play the first game? How do you play the second game? I'm sure, come on, I'm talking to an Olympic champion. Yeah. It's not the way you play the league games, that's how you play tournaments. So I think we've gone into this tournament in the right way. And to correct that thing, there's nothing called reserve players when it comes to tournaments. That's a squad. Just because some are playing and some are not playing, they're not reserve or fringe players. It's a squad. What they've done now, they've got a very good atmosphere in that camp. And that's what you need to win any tournament. That's number 1. Number 2, when it comes to conceding goals, I think that's our biggest problem. That will be our biggest problem. If you want to win tournaments, if you have a solid defense, that's the first thing to win. Yeah, Latin 96, you guys are solid. That's the first thing to win in tournament. So we might score 20 goals or 50 goals, but I still think we're conceding too many goals to be champions. If I take that away, and I know what the problem is, I don't know if they have it. We've never had a strictly defensive coach. Strictly. If you say we do, that means we've got a bad one. Because if we've got a good one, I've never seen, apart from the female team that went to the World Cup, yeah, I've never seen a disciplined defense, a Nigerian defense that is so disciplined the way we play over here, because it's been taught and it can be taught. So that's my point. If we keep on going the way we're going, we've got a better chance of winning the tournament, but we have to stop conceding goals.
Yes, it is hard. When me and you get into the ring discussing football,
yeah,
you come correct. You hardly get your lines wrong. So it's hard. When they tell me we're having some, I say, damn, this is me versus me now, But like everything you said, I agree with you. I remember in one of my personal podcasts, I said that as much as we want to blame the players, we should also ask ourselves, what have we done to put them in the place?
Yeah.
And I used a very lewd arrangement. I said, look, if you have a girlfriend, you want to enjoy her, you have to master the act of foreplay. You have to master the act of providing proper gift and all that, as against just seeing tear clothes off like a rapist, right? And that's what the players experience when they come to the national team. But when I said Pampered, this is the first time in the history of Nigeria where a team comes second in a tournament and they are given houses. It's never been done before. As a matter of fact, teams come second and they get shamed. They get told that they're not good enough. We saw it in 2000. But having said that, let's go to your department. It's beginning to look like, yes, Nigeria has scored 8, but it's beginning to look like a Nations Cup that the conversation will be highly, highly on the defenders. So how do you manage defensive line? With Nigeria in mind, we've considered late most.
Yeah.
Against Tunisia, we were the boss for 75 minutes and the next 15 minutes, we don't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
we almost lose that game. We almost bottled it. Against Uganda, you can say, I mean, we scored that much, so anything goes. But how do you manage to rally the squad after substitutions have been made to still stay in shape to deal with late pressure? Because if you look from the World Cup qualifiers, even the Nations Cup qualifiers, we've had this thing of conceding late, maybe in the 90th minute, 85th minute. From the 70th minute, we become suspect as a defender. And you defended in teams where your team expects you to score, but not only score, but lead the line a lot of the time. Whether it's Watford, whether it's Portsmouth. I love your days at Portsmouth. It was, I watched you, follow you. I followed your game religiously. How do you lead a team, a defense line, to stay focused even if you're facing the worst pressure? Egypt did it against South Africa, even with one man down. Yeah. But how do you do that?
Okay, listen, like I said before, I'm just lucky to have played with some top managers. Top managers, and I have one of the best manager, one of the best defensive manager, Warri Downs. I had him at Reading. Listen, I play for the national team, so I know this, and this is why I always say, if you have not played the game, you probably don't know. I've played in the national team, and I know this for a fact. These players, I don't care if they're coming from Man United, I don't care if they're coming from Arsenal, they need to get coached of how to play as a team. I'm not talking about one player. As a team, I'll tell you off my head. I've got no paper, I've got nothing. Do you know what I'll tell you off my head? I did for 20 years, bro. Take a pen and paper, yeah? Let me call a name for you. His name is Kevin O'Connor. Kevin O'Connor, yeah? When we finish pokers, just check who that guy is. He's now a coach at Brentford, yeah? I keep telling people, Kevin O'Connor gave me a move to the Premier League because of his communication. So it got to a point here, Edafe, I could hear his voice when I was sleeping. Is that bad? Sodje, up, left, Sodje. But because we do that every time, so now they got 2 days resting. Yeah, they don't have to go on train, but the defensive coach take them out there, yeah, and tell them what to expect in the game. I'll give you an example. If a man is, and they've scored us like 4 or 5 goals against the national team, yeah, with this. If the man's head is down, the man with the ball, if his head is down, that's why you need smart people to play. If his head is down, yeah, you can keep coming up. Stepping up. The minute that man's head is up, you cannot move forward. You have to drop. So it's like that. So the minute the man's head is up, you drop. Yeah, there's a part of that pitch that you show a man inside, and when you show him inside, you know for a fact the midfielders are going to come and clap the tackle. And that's why you're showing him inside. Yeah? There's a part of that pitch you have to show him outside. So you guys come closer so they play that ball outside. Because you guys want to be heading, crossing the ball and heading the ball instead of putting the ball through. We got a goalkeeper here. It's harder to defend those balls through the hole. It's easy to crosses are best. Yeah? But even with the cross, you train that you do the training, you work so hard to stop a cross. Do you know stopping a cross then in our club, you win money. They pay you for stopping a cross. So all this thing I'm telling you now, yeah, is how to make sure you defend as a team. Nobody keeps offside. But I bet you, when I was playing, we know when the player is offside. You know why? The minute that ball goes backward, we take a step forward. Everyone knows. No one says it. The minute that ball goes backward, we take a step forward. If that ball comes straight in, someone's offside. 100%. Facts.
I mean, it's defending as a unit. Yeah. And then let me quickly chip in here. The truth of the fact is, Edafe, conceding late has always been Nigeria's Albatross from way, way back. Talking about even the old Super Eagles, like you want to call them, the old brigades. It's always been Nigeria's biggest problem. And but that is where planning comes to mind. Because I remember in '96 when we went to the Olympics, just like my man here, Sammy just said, we actually trained specifically for it. And that's why go check the Olympics. We conceded when we conceded, but we were not in the practice of conceding late. Because we actually worked hard for it, not to concede late. And just what he was just trying to explain now in terms of the movement, in terms of allowing them Once it's getting towards that stage, you close it. If they have to play, they play
wind.
out. And then when we are defending, I will never forget then, because the good thing is, just like now, we had a lot of players playing in Europe, and they brought in some of those experiences, like Sammy saying just now. They taught us how it works in Europe, the best places to be. And I remember the moment the ball is played like on the right, is going on the right flank, you see when the defenders are coming back, you see one is already defending like not on my post, but in the first post. We call it the first post, a little bit ahead of it. Like that, as a unit, we move. So I totally understand with him. And I think it's something with these next few days, the Super Eagles need to, because conceding, it's very scary, because what that says to me is, if any team now is able to contain us from scoring goals, the probability of us conceding is high. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where we need to work.
So Sam, let's look at it from this angle. The great Johan Cruyff said football is a game played with the brain, but executed by the leg. Sam, I played against you, and I've seen you defend to the point where in my head I'm thinking, oh, but we're not going to start again. And that moment, this is like in the 70th to 80th minute, we had already lost the game. And it was the mental. You can't have a player like Robert. So me, he's one of the greatest players to come out of Warri.
Yeah.
And then you have Ito next to him. And then you have your brother from the bench come in, Akpo come in. And then we also have the other people, Bisong and the rest. And then we just can't find the goal. Somewhere you lose it mentally, like, today is not the day. That happened for us forward players. As a defender, how do you deal with mental fatigue?
Experience. I've played in a big team, West Brom, Brentford, when I was young, and I played for Leeds when I was an experienced player. And it's two different things. When you're young, you don't know when to contain yourself. You play. You're careful with how you play. You don't need to be a coacher. I am not a coacher. If I be a coacher, I will go play midfield. I'm playing at the back for a reason. Yeah, you two touch. Make it so simple. The simpler you can be as a defender, the better you are. Yeah, don't do things that you've not done before. Yeah, at the end of the day, people will forget about that game, but they will remember the results. So you might have played bad. Your leg might not touch ball. But talking. I'll give you just short story. I had a player called Scott Fitzgerald. Yeah, when I signed for Brentford, he was an older player. He was a captain, so I was playing with him. Everything he does, such left, right. No, he say he know where the body comes, so he go put me to the side when the body comes. After games, my body, all my trunk, I'm so dirty. You get this thing. But the minute we go inside the room, you go like, Sodje, you're a top player, man. Oh, you're very good. I didn't know. I was just running, killing myself. So when he was leaving, he called me and told me, he got a 3-year contract from just playing with me. Yeah, he told me, say, listen, as an older player, you talk. Communication makes the game even more easy. Because he was putting me where he knew where the ball would go. So to answer your question about how do you control your fatigue, that's how you do it. You use your mouth. You control people to not use them, but for example, to close that space for that striker's bottle fits. Yeah, you just move the midfielder, go left, bro, go left, stay right. So that ball will pass going to meet the striker leg of the day. They have to play like that, 50-50, we've got a chance. But if you play to the striker's leg, then we're struggling. So we always block that tunnel, made the midfielder plan straight to the striker. So there's ways that you do it, and you need an experienced player to tell this player. I don't care if Bassey plays for Fulham. Yeah, when I was playing, I'm happy when the coaches scream for me and tell me what to do, because you have to tell us what to do. You have to. The communication from outside is very important. And when you coach a defender so well, bro, I was sleeping. I swear to God, I could hear Kevin call my sleep, my dream. Sodje. I'm thinking, Kevin, I can hear you, just shut up. But he goes on and on. But guess what? He didn't have the pace that I have. So what he does, he makes sure that he puts me in the position, if we have to run, I'm the one doing the running.
You know, Edafe, what he just said now reminded me to what my answer for you a couple of days ago. I think that should be our game against, that will be, is it
It's a
Tunisia?
Tunisia game. Yes.
Yeah, remember when you were talking about the defense, the problems, and then you asked who, and I said to you, from me, I hold the goalkeeper and the central defender responsible because it is someone. Listen, when we're playing, you play. Thank God. When you're playing, you're carried away, and you're looking forward. That football, that round leather thing is like a magnet.
Right.
It's so attractive. It attracts everyone. So you always
Yeah.
need that person who is
Yeah.
able to call the attention. And the first person apart from your coach, that's why I've always told people that care to listen. You have a coach, you can have a skipper in the pitch who's not a goalkeeper. Do you know the reason why? Because a goalkeeper must be a natural skipper. Even if whether he has the band or does not have the band, doesn't matter. He is also like the coach on the pitch. That's why I told you that day. I expected the goalkeeper to be taken care of. So because especially like the ball is going to the right, while everybody is running to the right, as a goalkeeper, I should know that the most dangerous spot for me at that particular time is the blind side.
It's behind you.
Let me say something that I hope it comes on. Let me say something about the keeper as well. Yeah, I personally think we need to split the keeper. The keepers are weirdos. We all know that. Keeper have their own way of doing things. Yeah, I think our keeper is too carried away. Yeah, number one, not every goal we score, one by the will celebrate. Make him come on. Yeah, that I thought the coaches must have heard. I've seen that and tell him he needs to really concentrate more. Yeah, preserve himself because he's always going to celebrate every goal. Like if we score last minute goal, for example, yes, fair enough. You know what I mean? But not every goal you score, you're dead, bruh. Yeah, it's too much. It's too involved. It's too involved. It's too involved. But only experienced people on that bench or in that technical crew will be able to sit down and say, listen, you are a goalkeeper. Yeah, we don't need you to celebrate goals. Yeah, just be calm. I know we're happy, but if it's a last minute goal now, say last minute we'll score. But no, you can't score a normal goal in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you're running to the end to celebrate. That is too much. So yes, I think experience is what the answer is if you want to sustain your stamina.
Now, I kind of like, in this podcast, we get more forward players and midfielders and defenders. And this thing that they see, every goal that the team concede, even if Pele scorer, Maradona, Messi, they say, oh, that's an avoidable goal. That's what the fans will always see. That's an avoidable goal. That's a mistake that should be avoided. Why is it always like that with defenders? When you are in the field and you concede this goal and people are saying, no, it's an avoidable goal. Are there not some goals that they score, you say, apart from free kick, that you say, well, there's nothing we could have done?
No.
Is every goal avoidable?
Yes, it can be avoidable. Every goal, yes. Just the way that you plan to defend, that's how they plan to attack you now. You understand? But
yes, now.
It's so funny, but every goal that is not a free kick or a shot from 30 yards or 40 yards, can be avoided by communication. Every goal. But that's why we love football. Football needs mistake for games to go on. So mistake is
for us to have conversations.
Yes, so exactly. But when it comes to defense, yes, every goal can be avoided by communication, by being in the right place at the right time. So I think so. As a defender, I think every goal can be avoided if it's not some screamer from outside the box.
Well, it's time to start heating up the iron a bit and bring it home. Let's do the things now that will make Nigerians start reacting. We came into this tournament as one team that we don't expect anything from.
Yeah.
But from what you've seen so far, other teams you've watched, we've seen Senegal, we've seen Egypt, we've seen Morocco, my pre-tournament favorites, we've seen Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, we've seen DR Congo as well, Mozambique, South Africa. I've gotten to the point where we start saying the Nigerian team are tournament favorites.
Yes, and it hurts me because we had the talent. What we don't have, no disrespect to the technical crew, if with this talent and you got a technical plan of how to win games, we'll be untouchable. We'll be untouchable because we are depending on individual brilliancy to win games, but that's not what we want. Imagine adding a technical know-how, including the individual brilliance. We will beat everybody. What Senegal has, or what Morocco has, or they just have that technical know-how to break down teams. They're not. That's it. But when it comes to favorites, because of our individual brilliancy and we're good personnel, I think we are favorite because I don't think a team will come and rule us over.
A team is as good as its weakest link.
Yeah.
3 games, 4 goals conceded. Our strongest point is the attack that has scored 8 goals. But in that attack, I mean, they will say 1 goal came from a center defender, 1 game came from the midfielder. But then 4 goals actually came from midfield and defense, and then the other ones from the strikers. Do you look at this defense and say, yes, Nigeria are favorites, and this defense, as it is now, whether coaching or not coaching, we can't go back again. This defense can hold their own strong. Or you have areas that make you worry.
No, and not because of the personnel though, because these boys are top players. The Bassis, the Shei, the Shei, they are top. Yes, Ajayi, they're all top players. So it's not the personnel. I just think if we get to defend properly as a team, that's just going to be the icing on the cake. But with this team that we have now, the only problem we have, whoever we play against, if they're technically good, they will get a chance against us.
Let me put some bullet points towards you and tell me what you think. You think the pairing of Semi Ajayi, and he's one guy that I love, and Kevin Bassey, you think it's the best center defense pairing that we should be having currently?
I won't say the best, but I would say they've got a great understanding. Number one, I know what is happening with them. They're both English, and the both communication is incredible, and that's why I would say it's a great pairing because I know what they're talking about. Left shoulder, right shoulder, drop. I know they're both English boys, and they both know exactly the communication. So yes, it is working well, but that doesn't mean we don't have another pair. But to answer your question, it is a good pairing because the communication there will be so good.
So let's give thumbs up to the coach for that, right?
Yes.
Another question I want to ask you is, Sam, one time, many years ago, you said this thing to me that football is about decision making. Forget who's happy dribble, who's happy dribble. It's about decision making. If you make the right decisions in 90 minutes, your team most likely will win. So, decision making in this team, from the defense to the forward line, how would you rate us on a scale of 1 to 10?
My opinion about our team, I always pray that we score first. If we score first, I rate us about 8 or 9. I mean, if we concede, our confidence, maybe not now, our confidence is so low that we don't believe that we can come back from behind. We don't have that in us. But maybe now that we've won 3 games, everyone has played, maybe it's different. But I don't think we have that character in us, like the Bayaru, the catch. We believe if we won down, we'll come up and score. I don't think
we'll score you for.
Yeah, but I don't think that is there. So to answer your question about, I think we don't have that. But if we score first, we want to beat people 4-0, 5-0. Yeah, but if we concede first, I think we're struggling in concede first.
We've been talking about the defense as a unit. Let me break them apart. And the way we break defense, where we're playing is center back are a pair, fullbacks are another, group of people. Do you think that our recovery runs from the fullbacks, left and right, when we go forward and then we lose the ball, recovery run, coming back into shape, has it been perfect?
I would still think it goes down to communication because if I've got someone that runs forward every time, I don't mind that. But if the right back is going and you're allowing the left back to bump on 2 and you're not letting no midfielder to cover them, it's your fault at the back. It's your fault at the back because Nigeria as a team, go into a tournament, and your favorites. You have to go to a tournament with the intent of winning. You can't go to a tournament, and hoping. Say, okay, no. That intent get to this. So
most times will be
for going to win. But if you don't go and win, people will come and sit back and beat you on penalty or beat you on a one goal. So as Nigerians, we know this. Be favorite. I played in England for over 18 years. FA Cups, for example, I've played for a smaller team against Man United. I've played for a bigger team against smaller team. So I know both ways. So if you are the favorite, you have to have the intent of going to beat them. You can't go there and start waiting for them because they will not come. They'll just waste the time. So I agree with you. I can't stop them from bumping forward. But as a defender, as defenders, the communication has to be spot on. Like, you have to make sure if they're bumping over, you're calling one midfielder. Bro, let me make it easy for you. A good defender, supposed to fear. That's the best way to be a defender. You get to get fear for your body. They fear the striker. So once you just sit down, only the striker, just compare, come. No shame, not the inside. So a very good defender, there's difference between being confident and being scared in a wise way. Being scared in a wise way is how you play. You make sure you're never alone, vulnerable.
It's not being fair, it's being cautious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being cautious. Because you're confident doesn't mean you should be cautious.
That's even leadership. Why I won't go do grass? Say I go fight the attacker. Then at the end of the day,
And some mistake, something happens, yes.
And
Exactly.
you understand? It's wisdom.
And bro, I go more when you know you got bonus.
Now I believe you guys, you come from a clan of businessmen. Money boy,
that should be
You
matter.
score, no.
Don't play with you.
Just keep clean sheets.
Yeah. And again,
real quick, sorry, Edafe, because I've been coming in and out. First, I needed to apologize to my guest here.
it's your bad network. Make we know.
Yes, it's our network now, our country, Nigeria. We go salvage them. Because the amazing thing is, my beautiful people here made sure they have more than enough internet. You won't believe it.
Yeah.
I have about 2 fibers and a 5G,
I'm
all
lucky.
connected, like ready to serve. And yet, you can still see the struggle. So you have to pardon me for that. I just want to chip in something real quick concerning our game yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I'm that kind of person while everybody is shouting Uhuru. Of course, I'm shouting Uhuru as well. But I'm also being cautious to see certain things, because those are certain things your enemies are looking at to latch on to. You understand what I'm saying? Now, one of the things yesterday's games exposed, in my opinion, apart from the fact that it was beautiful that everybody had a chance to play, was also the fact that, in my opinion, I think a few of our attackers, do I call it a little bit rusty or something? I don't know. Because I thought Onuachu started very, very sluggish, like extremely very sluggish, until he probably got lucky and scored that goal. You understand? And I saw that in a few people. And I'm saying to myself, now the fear now is, if certain numbers, like the usual suspects in our attack, if for any reason they are not there and certain people are called upon, isn't there a fear? What do you think about that? Is it an honest fear, or everything is cool? What do you think?
No, boss. I have to say this to you. You will know better. To play for Nigeria is a tough thing to do.
You are the second person saying this thing.
It's not easy now.
Not
Represent
everyone.
Nigeria.
Not everyone can do it.
You are the second person saying this is almost to play for Nigeria on a different team.
Different ball game. And that's where confidence comes in. Once Ineosho get that confidence, trust me, he's a top player. There's no way he has that kind of.
I know that. I know that.
That kind of career abroad.
How did he just act?
Yeah. So there's no way he has that career playing for this top club that he's a top player. Not everyone. I've heard Yobo or someone say, not every top player can play for the national team, and it's true. The national team football is so different. We did it because my heart is that big. It's that big. I believe I should be playing for Real Madrid. So there's some players that's got that confidence to play. Yeah. So I think if it goes down to the point that Osimhen gets injured, I think we're fine. The difference.
I believe so too. The reason I made this comment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
The difference is the Osimhen attitude towards life, towards football. Yeah. He oozes through the TV, through the stadium. So that's why. People are different. But I really believe with the squad that we have, with the right technical crew, if Osimhen gets injured, God forbid, AFCON will be fine.
The only reason I brought this up was I thought, for me, it's not just for me, football for me today, even from my perspective, has a lot to do with psychology. Again, I'm going to bring up the part of psychology because I thought these were some of the things a psychologist in that team would have been doing to put these players up to speed and in the right frame of mind. Like you say, playing for Nigeria is not the easiest thing. And I agree because I did. I wore that shirt. I understand how heavy it is. But that's why these guys need support. Because I saw a lot of that yesterday. That's why I'm a little bit worried. I'm that kind of cautious kind of human being. Please, Edafe.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say is, so when you go back to Kanwanko days, and listen, nobody should watch this and say I'm comparing Kanwanko with Paul Onuachu. That's travesty, that's disrespect, that's wickedness. I'm not going to do that. Kanwanko, for me, in my opinion, is one of the most talented footballer to come out of this country and even the continent of Africa. But having said that, it would have been evil if we're comparing Kanwanko as a support striker with Daniel Abula Mokashi. Oh, why is he not fighting every ball? Why is he not chasing down every ball? Because again, their profile are different.
Yeah.
Paul Onuachu is more of a Peter Crouch, Emilio Eski, get the ball into the net. He's a boxman like Onadio Igalo. Osimhen is everything put in one. As a matter of fact, if you put Osimhen in goal, I've not seen him as a goalkeeper, he will make some saves because he plays with a heart that is even bigger than, with data we say we have the big heart. That there's just the way Osimhen comes to the game. Like, I'm not going to say he's Ronaldo da Lima type of player, but he's a force. When Osimhen moves, the galaxy move. But Paul Onuachu is your old-fashioned center forward. He's a boxman. Give me the cross. Give me the ball in the 18-yard. Anything outside that 18-yard box is useless. I remember when I interviewed Odio Igalo. The day used for outside 18. He laughed, right? He said, but I did do my work inside the box. So let's even be happy with that. That's what I think for Paul Onuachu. This is not me holding brief for him, but that's just what I think. But Sam, let me come to you now. The other time I talk about mental fatigue. Let's talk about emotions. And it could come from everywhere. You play game where the fans are singing your name, they're hailing you. But you've also gone to a game where they're booing you, they're insulting you, catcalling you, monkey calling you. How do you manage emotions in that situation? How do you deal with even your opponent on the field calling you names, insulting you, and then the referees turning blind eyes? How do you deal with that?
No, I know you're asking the question because you have to ask me, but I'm sure you know where I came from, though.
I know, but not all of my audience know where you come from.
Not all the audience know. For my background, first of all, I'm different. For my background, I was used to that. Yeah, I played at Liverpool one time, and it was scary. It was really scary, but I knew where I came from. I know where I come from. Playing Warri, if you can play in that atmosphere in where we grew up, you can play anywhere. So with these players, and I know that about players, footballers prefer the bigger stadiums, the hostile stadiums. That's what I believe. Every player wants to play in a 50,000 crowd, than to play in a small stadium. So the bigger the stadium is, the hostile the atmosphere is, the better players should play in that one. So to answer your question about how do I handle it, I'm just a different kind of guy. I love the pressure. The pressure make me play well.
Result versus expectations. You see, you can't convince Nigerians that all the players in the Super Eagles are not world class. You can't convince Nigerians that the players are not good enough. So their expectation is very high. Can we win the AFCON with this squad against the backdrop of a defense that concede goal every game?
We have to be very positive. When it comes to tournaments, we cannot write them off. Especially when they won 3 games, we cannot say they can win it, or we cannot say they cannot win it. They've got a chance of winning it, because at the end of the day, them getting to this position is just about going forward now. Like we said, if they keep conceding goals, the chances of us winning it will be hard. So is that time that we tell them that we tell them that they should stop conceding goals. If they can do that, yes, these players have the squad to win it. And at the same time, Edafe, I think every player brings their own part to tournaments or to games. You know, we all cannot be Messi. We all cannot be Ronaldo. So everybody, I think, bring their own part. And with the combination of part that we have right now, I think we've got a good chance of winning it or going far.
There is a saying that African football not be your mate.
Oh, yeah.
So defending at the AFCON, you can see I'm talking more about defend because I have somebody who's mastered the act of defending here. So I need to ask you all of that. Defending at the AFCON, it's not the same thing as defending in the league.
No.
You might not be lucky to have O'Connor with you. You might not be lucky to have a Ferdinand with you or a Sodje. You just come and you have 7 games to win it. So how, what makes it the AFCON especially very different and difficult for defenders?
I will tell you for a fact, the strikers are as quick, as strong, as powerful, as mentally strong like you. Some advantage that we get playing in the Premier League or playing abroad.
I see was not able to beat you like you. I wasn't able to beat you.
Understand? So I played against Kenya one time in Abuja. They had a striker. I can't remember his name. They had a striker. As quick as I was, for a man, I say, why this boy did run? He was always running, and he was so hot. But he could handle it. He could handle the heat. I had to cut my shirt, my kit here, my JC. I cut the top for me to be able to breathe properly. So to answer your question about African strikers or African players, they are as strong as you. They are just as quick. Yeah, the mentality are as tough as you. So it takes a lot, your best, to come to Africa and keep a clean sheet and defend. Because not every player for England get the same pace when Blackman gets. So you get one.
Not today. Now
that I agree. That I agree completely.
Let me quickly ask Sammy something here. The other day I was having this discussion with our footballing African and world footballing icon, talking about Mercy Akide. Mercy Akide, our footballing icon. I was speaking with her, and we both came up with this theory about Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. So I wanted to run that by you and see what you think. Basically, she said to me, that she hears about these theatrics about Victor Osimhen and all that. But do I know that Victor Osimhen is the most humble human being you would ever meet on the face of the earth? That the young man is so humble, so respectful, and everything, and that who we see on the pitch is a different person. It's not the Osimhen we see outside the pitch. Now, this same thing, Celestin, my younger brother, said the same thing to me. He said he has had some chats with Osimhen over time, and that the young man is so respectful, so young, so humble, so down to earth, and that is why Celestin is one of his biggest fans in the world today. Celestin said in his book, Osimhen can do no wrong. You understand? Now, so when we had this discussion with Akide, so based on what she said, in fact, she said to me, do I know that the first day she met Osimhen, that Osimhen prostrated, the Yoruba way, that Osimhen lied down to greet her. That do you know what that means for the best player in the world right now to lie down and greet her? Who is she? So I now said to her, what that means is it is Osimhen's alter ego. Whenever he gets on the pitch, the alter ego takes over. And if you ever, that means all this one where we want to advise the young man, say, calm down, talk this, we have to stop it from now, so that the man will keep giving us our results to the glory of God. If you distort that alter ego, you are distorting the man's play. And guess what? As if he heard our conversation with Mercy Akide, because look at yesterday's game. We saw a gentleman, Osimhen, the captain. So there is somebody, Jack Osimhen no react. I said, no, alter ego no day here. You understand what I'm saying? And you saw his game was a little bit low-key, let's be honest. We can party it as we want, but let's be honest, his game was low-key, not the Osimhen that we used.
I think it was an Osimhen that was trying to get other people into the game, especially Paul Onuachu.
That's what I'm talking about.
That pass he gave to Paul Onuachu that Onuachu played against the goalkeeper. The Osimhen I know will blast that ball into the net because he scored goals from the most impossible angle. So the Osimhen want to score that goal. Yeah.
So my point that I want Sammy to tell me is, do you think my theory of an alter ego is right or wrong? Or my theory with Akide? And by the way, people, Mercy Akide will be live on our podcast in the semi-finals. So get ready with your questions, whatever you want to ask, anything you want.
Sam is the right person to ask that question because Sam also have an alter ego. Sam on the field is a wild beast.
Well, that's why I'm asking him. That's why I'm asking him. Because I'm looking at the gentleman, and the things I hear about him on the pitch is so beastly. So that's why I'm asking the animal on the field.
Ego thing, real or not real? Please tell us. Please tell me. In real life, Sam is a different animal. He's a very gentle human being, nice to the core.
I'll give you a little story when I joined Reading. I went to Reading. I was expecting to play, and I met a player called Sonko, Ibrahim Sonko. Sonko played for Cameroon. Sonko was so big, like massive big. So when I went to the gym, he was pushing probably 180, like proper weights. And I said to myself, if I'm going to take his position, I need to beat him in the gym. Yourself. So I put myself. But he didn't know. So Sonko did not even know that I had in my mind that if we both play the same position, there's no way he should be pushing that weight and I can't push the weights. So I went on for 6 months. 6 good months to try and push that way. And I did. So that kind of arrogancy is what I'm talking about. Not arrogancy.
It helps to push you, yeah.
It does push you to be good. And I think Osimhen needs it.
You know, something funny happened in Atlanta when we were playing at the Olympics, you know. It was so funny that we were 3 goals down against Brazil. And then we go into the dugout at the talk. And the moment we're coming out, we are singing and shouting. And that is the look of some other people where they flog 3-0 with this. Where did they happen? I've been at the other way around. I've been at them beat us.
The arrogancy. Yeah.
There's something I like to look at, and that something is about pitches. Because I'm assuming, I might be wrong, I'm assuming that the good pitches in Morocco is not making our team play better. Because this is the same team that, I mean, I'm one of their worst critics that will be flogging, complaining about, and all of a sudden they are coordinated in midfield, they are coordinated in attack. Yeah, we still have some places to correct. What is the impact of a good pitch? I mean, you played in all of the worst pitches in Warri, but you also played in all of the best pitches in Europe. What?
Oh, yeah. Incredible. The way they pass the ball, the way you zip the ball. Being a professional is more than just being a professional. The way we play in Nigeria is totally different. A professional in Nigeria is way far away from playing in Europe. The way you zip the ball on a good pitch, even I wanted to pass the ball to me by zipping it to me, by using the hardest force, but it gives you the time to control properly. So the pitch is a great. I don't have to think about it. You do something, not even looking at the ball, knowing that it would answer, and the way we kick the ball as well on a good pitch, it does answer well. So I think the good pitch does help the top players. We're used to such pitches, and I think it helps the national team at the moment.
The Sodje family versus the Babayaro family.
They're very good. They're very good. We're too many.
Who are the champions?
You know what they say? How some people say Mr. Multitude is always stronger than Mr. Power. This man is an intelligent man. I love this man. That's it.
There's something in it. Very talented people.
I love this man, Edafe. This man is too intelligent for his own good, man.
What he does not realize is just saved my life for asking that question. Because, see, I can deal with the Lagos in diaspora audience, but you see that my Warri audience. If they table my matter, say I brought Sodje to this show and I want to run the Sodje family down. That's a responsible family. It's like coming here to run that the Dafinone family or, the Delikwe family, my own family where I come from. I'm not going to find them easy. I might not be able to go back to Warri again. So thank you very much, Sodje, for saving my life. Now let's do some, some punches. I want to create our own Mount Rushmore on this show, but for your sake, I will do it department by department. Top 5 greatest defenders that have come out of Africa that you know. Like any day they say, Sodje, come out and name
Yeah.
your all-time greatest top 5 defenders
Off my head.
from Africa.
Off my head.
Who are they?
Definitely, I'll go Baba Yaro, because Love is there. Baba Yaro was one of he was a very good player. Ketchi.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Ketchi. That Nigerians now.
So you stay with only Nigerians now?
I got a couple of them. I got what's his name for Cameroon? No, for the guy that plays for Senegal now. That got a red card. Koulibaly is very good. He's very, very good.
Koulibaly?
Who else is there? I'm different. The way I played that game was different. So the likes of Ketchies, the Yobos, my brother. But yeah, it will hard for me. But those are the kind of players I like.
Now let's go to the midfield. I mean, some are your friends, some you work with. In this place, it's going to be difficult because you're going to live at people that you're friends, and you're going to call some people that are not. I mean, 5 midfielders in Africa that would forever be at the top for you.
Yeah, Yaya is definitely up there with the best. Many few times he's powerhouse. Toure. Definitely likes of the Olise. Olise had a different kind of the way he plays. But you have to say Oruma. So the Orumas, I loved Oruma, the way he played, and I have to put my boy in there, Bodo, because the way he played as well is different kind of player. But because I came from Warri, so I love the way he's stylish, the lovely caress of the ball. Who else do I have to put in there?
You're not putting Okocha on your squad?
Definitely Okocha. Then Okocha has to be in there.
Now let's go to strikers. 5 of the most dangerous. I mean, you're a very dangerous player to play against. You're a very dangerous player. 5 of the most difficult strikers you played against.
Okay, I'll name 5 strikers, but my kind of difficult strikers is different from other players. Like
just yours. That's why it's yours.
Yeah, out of love to play against Osimhen, love to play against Osimhen. Those players don't give me problems.
The 2 of you have something in common. You guys, power and speed.
I don't think Osimhen will give me that much problem because that's how I love to play. Yeah, I hated players that use their brain, that is very tricky, doesn't want to fight. Those kind of players there. So it's easy. But talk about strikers. Osimhen has to be in there because the way he plays. One player that people don't even know of, and I really rate a lot, Uche Kalu. Uche Kalu is a sneaky kind of player. Sneaky, very sneaky. Was a good player. Who else is there? I'll definitely say the Kini, Kanu, Eto, and Judge Way.
Okay. Let's beat it down to decision making now. The good thing with you is that you hardly make a lot of mistakes because there are people who will beat you if you make the mistakes. But even at that, nobody is perfect. So, what's the dumbest financial move you made as a football player? Something you spend money on and you look back and you're like, was I mad when I did that? What's one of the stupidest things you did you spend money on?
Oh, a lot, bro.
You have a lot?
I got a lot, but the good thing about it is it happened at the right time. So I didn't do it at the wrong time. So I got a lot of decisions that I've done that I went, nah, I shouldn't have done it. First of all, the day I signed for Premier League Club, I buy 2 cars.
Not that. How much all of us do that? Every once now.
The coach the manager had to call me and say, Sodje, why do you have to buy that car? But don't blame me. I'll tell you why I bought a car. I went into Reading, and I had my brother's X5. Bro, is X5 not a good car?
Yeah,
in those days,
great
X5.
car.
Nice car,
absolutely.
If he had the X5, and I had his X5 to train him, and all the boys they laughed at me. Say, "Oh, you got ugly man, very ugly car, man." They laugh at me. So I'm like, nah. I have to buy a new car. So I just call my bank manager, Mark. I said, Mark, listen, I'm in training. I don't want this car. I need a new car. How I take pay for the car? How the car take come? How it take give me the car? I don't know. Brand new Range Rover just came to my training ground. I just bought an X5, enter brand new Range Rover. So there's some stupid decision that you make. And the funny part is, I had a Range Rover at that time. When I was going to the airport, I would then rent a Bentley to take to the airport. How stupid is that?
Suppose bring your head. You're supposed to bring your head, come forward. Let me give you small knock.
I think it's useful. I think everybody
Exactly,
did.
Yeah, we all did.
exactly.
We all did.
Everybody. It's youthful exuberance.
You have to, like I said to every player, you have to be a footballer, but be lucky to have people around you that will guide you. I've got a nephew right now who
I agree totally. Because let me tell you one quick 2-second story. Edafe. I remember Celestine when he was in Chelsea, and then he sent out his things for laundry, and then some day later, the laundryman brings us his clothes, and rings the bell. Celestine opens the bell, opens the door, and the man they brought back his clothes, and Celestine is watching the man going back. And the man was getting into a Ferrari. So I said, well, what the heck? A Ferrari? My laundry man has got a Ferrari. I don't have a Ferrari. No, I have to have you a Ferrari right now. So those are some of the silly decisions, back then.
we have to this show that
What happened
we
to
have
us?
to this show without talking about life after sport though. But it's very important. Everything I do, I
I'm
make sure I talk about
that's
life
where
after
I'm just
sport.
going now. That's where I'm
Okay.
just going now. Football, you've said it. Emenike said it. Usafo said it. Football is a bubble. The funny thing is, we don't know it's a bubble until the career ends, until you get injured and you can't play again. How do people navigate life outside of football?
Is really, really hard. And I'm sure boss will understand. It doesn't matter what anyone says to you. It's very hard to go from being a professional footballer and to a normal way of life, because we've got no training of I only started entering boss when I finished football. I didn't even know how to buy tickets. My wife had to teach me how to buy bus tickets to go on the bus. So we live in a big bubble. But the best advice I always gave, no matter how dumb you are, whatever, there's something that you like. There's something that can get you out of bed. When we're playing, like I give people this is a very good example. When you're playing, you get out of bed 7 o'clock in the morning, you go training. 2 o'clock you're finished. At the end, that weekend you play a game. At the end of the month, you get paid a lot of money. Yeah. After football, you don't expect to be in bed all day and get paid, regardless of how much they're going to pay. You have to get from bed. You have to. So what do? You find something that can get you out of bed. Don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about anyone, because that's why you need the best people around you. Because if you have the right people around you, you won't care about what anyone says. Forget the bubble. I still go to a club right now and the DJ will shout, "Sodje in the house. Champagne, start bust champagne until I die." Yeah. But you have to be wise. You have to understand that time has gone. Because no one tells you. It has to be your point. So to answer a like after sport question, you have to find something. Education. Not all of us are educated, but education is the key. And when we say education here, we're not talking about academic though. We're talking about every other education, whether it's a shoemaker or is in.
Thank you.
Not all of us go to school.
Thank you. When people hear education, they are thinking
No,
going
no,
to
no,
school.
no.
Vocation is education. God
Yeah.
bless you. I love your
Yeah.
narrative,
I
man.
got a boy who works
I
with me
do.
right now. He's very good in making shoes. His name is Edafe as well. He's very good in making shoes. Yeah, he was going to university studying accounting, and one of my friends told him, "Why are you studying accounting? What's that going to do in the real world?" He's now a top shoemaker. Well, I mean top. Yeah, he's a millionaire because he makes shoes. So my point of
Top level,
education is not just going to have a degree. Yeah, but the biggest point that we have is we are from a place where they don't respect footballers. We don't respect ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's why it's very hard for us. It's very hard. So even though we go and educate ourselves, our job is being taken by people, by politicians. So we don't even have a job to come to. But at the same time, That's why you go into business. That's why you do anything you can do to survive. Don't worry about what anyone says. You get to get up in the bed and do something.
Sodje, why are ex-footballers not united?
I'll tell you why. I've not spoke to, this is the first time I'm speaking to Big Boss. First time I don't really spoke to him. But he doesn't understand that if it wasn't them, I'll probably not play. When I win Atlanta, we let Pine the run from road for Warri.
Are you? I'm part of. That's my story.
I don't think you understand. You guys are like godfathers for us. So I always pray that you guys end well. I hope so. Every one of you that went to Atlanta 96, that's it. We always pray. There's a little video that goes on now about you guys now and before. I love it because I want you guys to be doing well. Yeah. I remember when I was in office in Asaba, my office, and I saw Clarify. I knew what I had to do. People don't understand. I probably not play if it wasn't you guys. So back to your question, why we don't like ourselves. That event 96, 94, they are our problem. As much as I love them,
I'm not the one talking now, Baba Yaro. So, but
no, but did I not tell you, give you an expo, Edafe? Didn't I tell you something?
No problem. Before now. Yeah, and it's no disrespect to them. Yeah, but they are against themselves, and they even against us. They're the first one that will say, sure, how many games I'm playing? But it's not about how many games. What does he have in his head? What does he offer?
God bless you. God bless you.
But you get ex-players now, that set of players. They do this whole going to play competitions, like going to play games and get paid. Yeah. They even cheat themselves.
When they go for novelty match,
they even cheat themselves.
People that are watching this thing, I always say, why is it that they're seeing this thing? Not be me, they talking now.
Yeah.
This is one person that you can.
No, I also told you what someone called me to tell me.
So until we know that, like when we're playing, we knew who was going to be a manager, and not because it's our friend and a manager. You're giving them respect. I might be young, but I might have a different mentality than Bros or different mentality than you guys. I won't come and do what you're doing now. I won't come to do whatever you're doing now, and that's the way in my office. I know what I'm doing. But I think the S players have to come around. And by the way, I'm sure you know how much I love the cultures. I love the Canos. Yeah,
you adore them actually.
I love them. But when you talk about these players, these ex-players those are the players they go to. But those people might not know what we need.
Oh, absolutely. I agree totally.
So someone saying Okocha should be NFF president. How do you know Okocha is equipped to be an NFF president? How do you know
that? Exactly. Yeah.
But when they call ex-players, those are the players that they go to. But there's so many ex-players out there that have gone and educated themselves and equip themselves for being a good administrator.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just to buttress what you were saying, Edafe, once upon a time, this is a little expert. I'm not going to expand too much on it. Now, because I want to take Samson Siasia away from the lot in that or from that particular group, because that's a very different man. That's a very good man. Now, I'll tell you this, which is also one of the reasons I also respect our icon, Emmanuel Okala. Siasia pulled me out, called me up one day, took me, I don't want to call names, took me to a forum of former players. And then he said to them, this young man, we're all older than him, but we've all got what we got to do. I'm very good at coaching. Coaching is my calling, this and this. But this young man is extremely, very, very intelligent man. We need to support him, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? As soon as we left there, messages came because they didn't know the aunts, Siasia was staying in the same hotel. The next thing Siasia was telling me, you see, these are our people that be. I said, wait, happened. He was showing me from part of the messages coming was like, now what for you? Now that small boy, you want make he can't do this, make he can't do that. Which ball he play? Say, how many ball he play? You understand? So I totally am in sync with what Sammy has just said. It's quite unfortunate though, but hopefully.
May you so rest in peace. Yeah, I remember when I came to Asaba, and they were doing my inauguration to my office, and for some reason he came to my inauguration, and I saw him, And just imagine, the commissioner of sport, which is Onos, and myself getting inaugurated into office, and Peter Farr was there. Can you believe I made sure we did a standing ovation for him?
Wow, that was nice. That was nice. Well done.
We did a standing ovation for him, and I could tell how proud he was. Why am I saying this here? It not get how I won't be governor of Bishop or big. I won't be able to be as big as my Babayaro. In my head, in football, not ability, but in my head.
I understand you
You
totally.
guys are legend forever. There's nobody on this planet, even Osimhen, cannot be bigger than Kanu. Ever.
Nah, it's
Of
not
course,
gonna happen.
no matter how big you get right now, it's like Pele and then what?
I sent a message some time ago, because most of you guys I don't know, but I sent a message some time ago to Anojo Igalo, and then I was shocked, like so shocked in 2 seconds. He took my call, and then when I asked him why, you know what he said to me?
Different breed.
He said, senior man. It's a senior man. Now lead the way now. This way with the waka pass. Now show us the way now. So there's no way we can ever disrespect. It's not possible. So
If
yes,
you're in London,
I
if
allow
you're in
it.
London when Babaya Celeb was in London. If you're in London when Celeb was in London, you understand where our swag came from. Even though no,
Don't go there. Don't tell this man the story.
Talk about.
Don't tell that man the story. Don't tell him the story, please.
Let me tell you something about Celestine. So I met Celestine and Emmanuel at the under 17 camp, Fania Mustin. And seeing him go to Anderlecht, Chelsea 9 years, Newcastle, and everywhere he's played. First off, he's a fine boy footballer. It's not the hard face. I'm not gonna mention any name, but some people know what I'm talking about. And then he's got style. He plays. He's a defender he was naturally a midfielder before anyway. For those who don't know, he was a midfielder before he became a defender. And when you look at Celeste, for me, Celestine can never go wrong by anything you say about Celestine. It's never wrong by my book. Like Celestine Babayaru, nah. Plus the fact is, I be Somersault. So I like Somersault back in the day. Everything just was good for me with him. I want you to talk to me about 2 characters that is not well known, and that's what we'll wrap up with because time is gone. Talk to me about the Wisin Oruma and Christian Obodo that you know. That we didn't really get to see them. So for Wisin Oruma, talk to me about Owoyo.
no, don't you fair in Warri? In Warri, I think my brother had a big influence on me. Efe, huge influence. If it was I thought if it was Jesus Christ, to me,
I know that feeling.
If it was a legend, if he looked after me, when the older brother looked after a younger brother, yeah, he proper looked after me. I was VIP after if it's concerned. Yeah, I would drive his car, or I would take whatever he's what I'm boss to Ife. I'm boss because I was younger. I was the boss. So from a young age, I really. But when it comes to Warri, if it was not, everything still long. So in Warri, when we help players, Wisin was that guy that he made us believe that if it went on, but he made us believe that you can go from Warri to be icon in the world. That's where Wisin came coming. Anybody that grew up in Warri, the way we play, the way we do, the way we behave. I'll mention one name, that for me you understand. The way we behave in Warri, our attitude, the swag, the way we are. There's a guy called Lake Tunirando. There's a Wisin.
I was in the boat, so I know who you're talking about.
Both. Oh my God, exactly. So, bros, you might not know this guy, but when you hear about Warri, the way we talk, the way we behave, these are the guys that made us. The way we should run, the way we jog, the way the style. That's how Warri is. So you see a Warri boy, you would know, a Warri boy. But there's the way we jog, there's the way we behave, there's the way we talk. We love it. The way Obodo come, and I've known him for a very long time. We grew up together from a very young age. He get the whole style, the whole chesting, the whole pass, the whole swan. So it's a Warri thing. So we in Warri, we knew no matter how big Kano is, no matter how big Okocha is, no matter how big these players are, Owoyo was our guy. Owoyo was our main guy.
For those who don't know, Owoya is within the room. For those who don't know,
is that guy that will go up and chase the ball and slap it and just jog. So we love him.
Wilson was another level of football. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna go into the reasons, but the world did not see Oruma enough. Oruma, in my personal opinion, not the Warri thing now, before God I speak, Oruma was on another level of football. Oruma did things footballing wise that seems practically impossible to be done. That man was amazing. Winding down now, real quick, my brother, because I know for a fact I've been following you even on social media and stuff. And even though we talked about Edafe talked about your works, your investments and stuff, but you see, what people don't know is your investment goes beyond your so-called, the riches, the companies, or the trucks you have and all that. No, you are also doing a lot. Like I said, I follow you, so I know you are doing a lot as far as youth development is concerned, especially within your area. That even though I am looking towards collaborating with you so we can go on the national, so can you please run us by the things you do outside business, talking about humanity? And of course, you do quite a lot. I've been following, but they don't know this.
Boss,
can
great
you run
question.
this by?
You know when you come on shows like this, you always want to highlight what you do. My business is me to meet up with life and my family. But my desire is I'm lucky enough to come from Warri. There's nothing you would tell me about grassroots football that I don't know. I played that will tell you. I grew up in Nigeria. I played from under 12. I was captain for my state. I played for under 15, under 17, state league, national, and so I know this. So when we say grassroots football, it's not even competitions. Competition is not grassroots football. Grassroots football is picking a player or picking players or picking boys, and show them the way where you expect them to get to. So when it comes to Delta State as a whole, as much as I'm working for the states, I've got my personal desire to make sure that the youth feel what I felt at that time. So I make sure where it's balls, I encourage them, not just by buying stuff or giving them stuff, my presence. So they believe when they see me, I'm not telling you this because I made it in England. I'm telling you this because I started from grassroots. So there's a difference between hosting competitions and grassroots development. Let me just give you one thing in Nigeria. So when we start to do collaboration and we go talk to people, you cannot have a grassroots development without the infrastructure of a training ground. It's impossible. So just forget everything you say about grassroots, because people now think hosting competition, winning 10 million, 50 million, that's grassroots. It's not. Yeah. If you guys can come together, and that's what I'm trying to say to my state governor, I'm happy enough to come with states that they value me to be able to bring me in, even though I'm not working to, I'm not working to the capability I want to be working in. But at least I'm really pleased for the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheikh Warri, who find me fit. Apart from him, the past one, Okawa, they gave me opportunity to at least work in the government, but.
To express yourself.
I've not had the time to be able to really show them what I can do, because that power is not there for me at the moment. But I'm just saying, if you want to talk about grassroots development, you need an infrastructure for a training facility, because you need
these very much
individuals to train. So to answer your question, why I'm so dedicated, and when you ask this question, I can go on and on, because this is my passion. My passion.
I know, I can tell from your expression.
My
it's
passion
obvious, yeah.
is to let these young kids, like if I come to your football ground now, you'll be so surprised the effect I have in them, because you'll be like, why? But you forget that I was once like that. I know exactly what the grassroots needs, and that's what I do.
You have the empathy. We need to talk after. We need to talk after. You can see I'm already applauding. I definitely must have to team up with you, my man. Having said that, in just 10 seconds. What do you think of special delivery?
I saw your previous episodes, and I think you're different class. And not because I'm talking to you. I'm so proud of you. Because
Thank you.
the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. I've seen your project, your page. Edafe is my friend, brother. So I would say keep going as much as you can get more top class guests. But I think you're very good, and whatever you're doing, keep doing it because you speak really well. You're really intelligent, man.
Now I remember that was the first compliment you paid to me ever that got us talking. You were like, you speak very well.
Really well. You carry yourself well. You use your words well.
You were
I'm
shocked.
really.
Well, listen, well done, my
Yeah.
man. Well done. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Special delivery. We speak very well. We deliver it specially. Thank you so very much, Sam, for honoring us. Not just because Edafe is here and not just because I'm here, but honoring the special delivery athletes as a whole. I mean, our producer is behind the scene listening to you. Everybody's happy. I will tell you, Edafe was so excited. In fact, let me shock you. The moment I told Edafe you were coming, the first thing he said to us, "We'll go here, person. We'll go see football and we get swag. We sabi talk." You know, he was so excited and happy. Yeah, that's the first thing he said. So I'm gonna thank you very much. And then as usual, I can never thank my oracle enough. Because most people have no idea the reason I must stick to this man. I learn from him every day. And when people think I am that good, Edafe makes me look good. I think that's the most unique thing about my working with him. He never tries to impose his expertise or his knowledge or his anything on me. You know, he tries to understand where I'm coming from and try to lift me with him. That is huge. That is huge.
It makes sense.
Even though your cheek
It makes sense.
up. All right, my peoples. Hey, did we do it again or did we do it again? We always deliver 10 times out of 10. Special delivery delivers. And then until we come your way again, hey, don't forget, we're having a very special person for you on the very next episode. A coach who will dissect all the AFCON games. And this time we're going for a European so that make a European can tell us how our AFCON be from the horse's mouth. No be African thing again, then go say, okay, Africa must praise Africa. Make European con talk am. Special delivery delivers 10 times out of 10. My name is Emmanuel Babayara, and you can call me the Godfather, and you will not be mistaken. And what I go? Mazda. You need to do me some Mazda, man. Come on, man. Mazda me, man. Just
What's the meaning, though? What's the meaning? What's the meaning?
I'll tell you what it means. It's a swag. It means let's go. Like, come on, man. Like when we say Sam, when we say Boko in Warri, you understand? Yeah. It's like a sign to support you, like to go.
No, guys,
to move.
I'm very. I have to invite you guys to Asaba, by the way. So when I get back, I'm like, oh me, bros, come to Asaba and see what we're doing. You know.
Come in. I'll come out that. I would love that because I want to have a sit down with you to see how we can add value. And there are some things I also might want to discuss with you. Edafe knows what I'm talking about. So it would be nice.
Very good.
It would be a great idea to come.
No worries, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Marian, and God bless you. And please say also well.